Hello, my name is Tracy Piltz. I'm a K-2 Tech Integration Specialist, and I work with a lot of teachers who use Seesaw in their classrooms. Our district also has Google Apps for Education, and so a lot of questions come up about how to use both of these tools together, and if it makes sense to use both of these tools together. I say yes, it absolutely does, and I'm going to spend the next couple of minutes just kind of talking briefly about some ways that you could pair these two powerful tools together in the classroom. Seesaw is a way for students to make digital portfolios. One of the things I love about Seesaw is that it's free, just like Google Apps for Education. I also love that students can use this on an iPad. They can use this on a computer, on a Chromebook. It's very versatile. As you can see, students in this first grade classroom created some collages in an app called Pick Collage, and then they were able to post into their Seesaw journal. So what Seesaw does is allow them to share the work that they're creating. It allows the teacher to view these digital portfolios, but also to share these out with parents so that parents can connect to your classroom as well. Teachers can also use it as a communication tool with parents. Here is just a note sent out to parents from Seesaw to make that communication quick and easy. So it is a wonderful tool for sharing with parents, and that's where I think it becomes a very powerful way to connect with Google Apps and share things that students are doing in Google Apps with parents. When you set up a class in Seesaw, I'm going to go ahead and just call this one Google Apps for Education. Select third grade. It does give you a couple of options of how you want students to sign in. I can have them scan a QR code, which is an awesome option, especially for younger learners. It generates a QR code for me from Seesaw that the students can then scan from any device, and they're logged in. It also gives this email Google account option. This, I think, works better for older students who are a little bit more proficient in accessing their Google Apps and can sign in and out pretty easily. Now, what this doesn't do is it doesn't automatically link the two accounts together. So things that they're creating in their Google Apps aren't going to automatically be shared on Seesaw. I'll show you in a minute how they can share those. This does give students a little bit more control over their account. They are able to set their avatar and things like that. However, they will have to use their email address to log in and out each time. It is pretty easy to set up. I'm going to go ahead and just say use email Google account, and it's all set up. I'm going to get an email that has the instructions. But all I'm going to do is have my students use their Google accounts to sign up, and they're going to use a join code. Here it says get join code. So I would put this up in my classroom with the instructions for how a student can go ahead and sign in. So I'm going to sign out of this account. I'm going to sign in again as a student. And I want to sign in using my email. Students sign in with email. I'm a student. New student. There we go. And there is my join code. As a student, I'm going to enter in my information here. And I've now created a journal for myself. Now you can see that I can come up here and I have notifications. I can add items. I can see the feed view, so I could see other things that students have posted to the class. Now I'm going to go into my Google Apps And this is just an example of a drawing that students could work on. So here we'd read the story, The Duckling Gets a Cookie, and I asked them to then answer these questions by either typing or by pulling in images. So this drawing was completed already. I now want to share it out with other students in the class and with parents. And an easy way to do that is to go up to the File menu and just to download this as an image. I'm now going to go back to my Seesaw account and be able to add that image. So I can upload a file, and it's going to let me drag an image file or a PDF. So I'm going to go ahead and drag that. I can add audio, so if I want the student to tell me about their thinking or read a passage to me, I can do that. Because I added it as an image, I can use the Seesaw drawing tools right on top of it. So if I wanted them to then annotate something that they had put into their journal, they could do that. They can also add a caption here. So if I want them to again explain or put a title, I could say a retelling of the pigeon story. And now I can go ahead and just upload that into my learning journal. And there it is. Because this journal is set up so that other students can see their classmates' work, and because parents can see their classmates' work, I'm now able to share this work with students and parents, which I would not have been able to do if I had kept it just in my Google Drive. I can also do the same thing. This is a Google slide. So here we're doing a retell or a story add-on of the Please Let Me Drive the Bus pigeon story. So he's given his reason of why he thinks he should be able to drive the bus. I'll be your best friend. So we finish that up. Again, I can do a file and download either as an image, or this time I'll do it as a PDF file. And when I go back into my Seesaw, I can click the plus sign, I can upload a file. Now you'll see that my options are a little bit different. When I do add a file as a PDF, it gives me the ability to add a caption. It doesn't give me the audio tools or the drawing tools. Sometimes you won't need these, sometimes you will want to, so you'll want to be mindful of which way you want your students to go ahead and add that information. And there it is. Another way that you can add is by getting the link from your item. So if I get my shareable link and copy that link, in Seesaw I can add a link. I can share it out this way. However, it does depend on how your Google Apps are set up. So for example, in our district, students can only share with people in our same domain. So a parent would not be able to view the items if only a link was added. A teacher would be able to. So if you want your students to share work with you by sharing the link, that would work just fine. But again, I think one of the huge reasons to use both Google Apps and Seesaw is that students are now able to share with parents. So you'd have to think about that and if the link would allow them to share with parents or not. I'm going to go ahead and start over here so you can kind of see now this is in their journal. You can see that parents would be able to like and comment and again be able to have access to this work that their students are doing. So I hope that that is helpful. I also encourage you to visit the Seesaw resources page. If I type in Google, there are some wonderful articles here using Google Drives, Google Apps, Google Classroom in Seesaw that go into some detail here. And there are some other videos as well about how you can be using Google Apps in conjunction with Seesaw.